Yeah, shooting through the wall, not necessarily knowing what you're shooting. You probably never do that. Yeah, beds are terrible as well. People hide in cabinets, people hide under beds, very methodical. Nice clean shot. Yep, they're reaching for weapons. I like how they throw in some civilians in here to make you take a second to think about whether you should take that shot or not. Hi everybody, I'm back again. My name is Kevin Waller. I'm a retired FBI special agent where I was also a defensive tactics instructor, a firearms instructor, and a SWAT operator. We're gonna watch Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Night Missions campaign. Let's take a look.
Let's kick this off.
I like their gear. Some good looking stuff. They must have a great budget. Yeah, movement is good. Nice how they set up on that door, opposite sides. It's pretty good how they work the entry to that. The guy on the left worked the door. The guy on the right was first person in. Very nice, clean tactics. That's a nifty ladder. I've never used a ladder like that, but I'm sure they exist. Very convenient, very practical. I've never used one like that, but I would assume it's probably very lightweight. Night vision goggles on. Nice clean shot. Yep, they're reaching for weapons. Everybody's laws are different. Federal, state, of course, foreign countries, military. Everybody has different rules of engagement, but most of them are pretty much the same when it comes to if somebody's reaching for a weapon or if there's a weapon within reach. And there are a lot of situations where you can articulate taking that shot, but need to make sure the criteria that are in place that allow you to use deadly force are met. Yeah, shooting through the wall, not necessarily knowing what you're shooting. Of course, I realize this is a game. Realistically, you probably never do that. And I use never loosely because, again, without knowing 100% what's on the other side, you probably wouldn't shoot through the wall. So you want to make sure you got great trigger control, good press control when you're shooting. Yeah, see, I don't like how the muzzle is on their back. I wish it would make you depress every time when you had to depress. Stairways are very dangerous because you see there's a loft over the top. Somebody could just shoot down. It's a terrible thing to have to maneuver around. Oh wow, a good quick shot. Looks like we got a teammate down there. Yeah, it's a tough situation. If you have a teammate that's been injured, then now your mission is kind of split because you haven't cleared this house, so there could be more adversaries up top, but you got to take care of your team member as well. So hopefully you have enough members of your team and somebody has been designated or one of your guys, just as in the video, drops off to provide first aid. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, it would have been tricky. It's great that he did not shoot, but I'm sure they set that up to make it a difficult choice. You don't know what she's reaching for. It's a lot of stairs. Your goggles intensify any light. Usually you have moonlight or you have stars, so light bulbs make it very difficult. She's reaching for something. That looks like it turned out to be a good decision. Some type of detonator there. I like the setup. I like his vest. Pretty nice. But they make some of these scenarios pretty tough, it looks like. I like how they throw in some civilians in here to make you take a second to think about whether you should take that shot or not. That's nice. Good entry. The stack may continuously change as you go from door to door. Because as you clear a room, then you're going to go and clear the next one. A person may have been first or second in the stack. That's now fourth or fifth in the stack. That's a tough passage. To maneuver that would be a headache. Yeah, beds are terrible as well. So in a real life situation, like clearing a house or a room, very methodical because you got to check. People hide in cabinets, people hide under beds. Yeah. Nice talking to the local populace, and that's tough because you're always going to have civilians in houses and you got to make sure that you're taking care of everybody. And that may happen. That may very well happen in a lot of cases where you have folks that are bystanders and you got to make sure you're keeping them safe. And it's good to explain to them what's going on, to explain the situation to them. You know, my thing is I've always felt that you have to really be a people person. I think television and agents are portrayed in different platforms as these guys with the dark shades that are going in to kick down doors and stuff. You really have to be a people person. The best day is being able to go in and talk to people and getting somebody to submit to handcuffs or to come with you without ever even having to fire a shot. I've got a little rappel action here. Never rappelled before. I just didn't have the opportunity. A lot of teams using that rappel, getting down there. Looks like he may have lost his teammate. He's kind of off by himself. And you're doing tactics when you're trying to clear buildings or spaces like this, it's better to remain with your team. If you're off by yourself, if something happens to you, no one knows where you are. If you're separated from your team, it's probably best to utilize your radio. The team integrity is critical. It's crucial. You got to have team integrity. Yeah. So another point, realistically, like some of them, I can't tell if they have guns or what, but he's just shooting them all. And again, that comes down to rules of engagement. In your pre-brief, they may have been told, hey, everybody that you see is a target. Every time we go to arrest someone, usually there's a pre-brief and we know exactly who we're going to get, whether it's one person or two people, if they're going to be family members inside. So you have to take all of that into account. There's one bad guy in the house, there may be family members, so your tactics and the way you approach it will be different than if, let's say, you're with a specialized military unit and all those lights with one shot. Most law enforcement officers are taught to shoot center mass, meaning the torso, the deadly area here, because if you're going to utilize deadly force, then you want to make sure you stop the threat. When you're under stress or under duress, maybe low light, maybe that person's moving, your heart rate is much higher, there's a less likely chance that you would aim at someone's leg or arm and actually hit that. Law enforcement are generally not taught to aim at anything other than center mass and headshots. Headshots if needed. One other thing I'll mention, just kind of piggybacking on what I was just saying about limbs, is bad guys can spray bullets. Bad guys oftentimes just spray bullets. Whereas in law enforcement, you have to take all of that into consideration. If you shoot one round out of that weapon, you need to be aimed at center mass of your target. If I take this shot now, what's the likelihood I'm going to injure someone innocent? And you have to, and I'm sure as a whole, they take that into account. Yeah, so he swung the door open just little by little. Like if a bad guy is inside the room and they hear that door crack open, then they know you're coming. So if you can swing that door all the way open, you want to do that, because oftentimes somebody could be standing behind the door as well. If you swing the door all the way open and it stops, then something is stopping it, whether it be a piece of furniture or whether it be a body. You want to swing it all the way open. A door, most doors, or it looked like, it appeared that door is a piece of wood and bullets go through wood. So if he cracks the door open and then he starts coming inside the room, you're potentially exposing yourself to the threat. Wow, that was a great video. Glad we got to see that. If you like videos such as the one we just watched, check out Gamology on Facebook or YouTube. If you want to know more about me, check me out at fedboost.com. Thanks, everybody. All right, sorry, I think one of my kids was coming down the stairs, so I was like trying to motion to them like stay. I have a sign on the door up there, but kids don't listen. That was excellent.